Hello everyone, and welcome to Heroes of the Storm. My name is MindRust, and this is 7 tips how you can get out of silver and bronze leagues. This doesn't necessarily work for everyone, but it worked for me, and these are only my opinions, so I hope these work for you also as they worked for me. Alright, number 1, learn your heroes. You don't have to learn all of them, just the ones you feel most comfortable with. And try to learn at least one from each class. Try to focus on the top tier heroes, because there's some heroes that don't just cut it. They are considerably weaker than the others. For example, Nubgex is making a top tier lists for every patch when there comes a new hero out. On my opinion, those are pretty good. You can check those out and see if there's some heroes that you like to play and try to learn those and play a lot of those. Number 2, adapt to your team's needs. When you enter a Hero League game, pick a hero that your team needs, not necessarily the one you want to play right now. If there's some hero you are especially keen on playing right now, go play quick match or unranked game, because Hero League is the place where you need to adapt, and that ensures the victories. Or not ensures, but makes them a lot easier to achieve. And try to pick from those heroes that you have learned and you are most comfortable with and have good results or a good win rate. Number 3, bans. Bans are pretty important in Hero League. You should try to ban always the new heroes. Well, not always, but often after a patch they are a bit overtuned and very strong, like Phoenix at the moment. If you don't have a guy first picking and he's willing to play Phoenix, for example, in this case, ban it. It's always a solid ban. Yeah, people are still learning how to counter him. But also, if the one who is picking the Phoenix, make sure that he knows how to play it, because even though the heroes are overtuned, if the player who's picking it doesn't have a clue, they shouldn't take it. The second ban should be about heroes that they still need in their roster for the game. Like, they are missing a healer, try to find a healer that they might play. Like, from the top tier heroes you should focus. Like Malfurion and Stukov at the moment are very strong. Or if you see a certain team composition that they are going for, and you might understand which healer would fit the best on that composition, try to ban that. Number 4, VOIP and communication. They recently added the voice system in the game, and it has a lot of benefits. So you should choose it, because communication in this game is just as important than in the other games where you are playing with a team. It's easier to call out missing persons, warn your friends, your teammates, and yeah, it helps a lot. Of course, there's the downside that there's someone just trolling the team chat, but you know what? You can just mute them, and they still get the info you want to get out there. Number 5, minimap. Watch your minimap frequently. Keep your eyes on it very often. Look at it like every other second or something, but without losing your focus on your hero on your map, on your screen. Be aware of the enemy movements. If you see that there's like 4 guys missing and you are bottom lane and they were just at mid, they may be coming for a gank, so back off at that point. You should be able to realize somewhat good what they are doing. Number 6, don't give up. Heroes of the Storm is a game where it can change direction so fast. Even though you have lost all your forts, the enemy hasn't lost a single one, but one big team fight can change everything. Like, even though you are losing 2 levels, they are 2 levels ahead, you might get lucky and win a team fight, and that turns the tide totally around. It has happened to me like a million times. It can happen to you also. So don't just call a GG after your first death, or you see that some of your teammate made a stupid mistake. They might know it themselves also. So don't call that GG right at the beginning. And finally, number 7, take a break. If the games are not going for your way, and it doesn't look like you are going to win any games today, just don't force it. Don't force it. Just take a couple hours, let it cool down, and maybe you'll get luckier on the next game. And if some match or player made you feel super salty, like my latest video, it's triggered with the Alexstrasza, I got so salty about that game. I'm not saying that I played that perfectly. I definitely didn't. But there was some things that made me salty. And after that game, I just took a breather, played something else. Playing a single player game after that, some campaign, helps you release that saltiness. That's some of my tips for you. I'm not saying that these are the things that make you go all the way up to platinum or diamond or just things like that, but these help you. And I placed my placement matches, and I came out at silver 2, and I used these tips myself, and I ended up at gold 3 in just a couple of days. It helped a lot. I hope this helped you too, because they did help me. That's my 7 tips to get out of silver and bronze. So I hope you find these tips helpful, and leave a comment if you managed to get that out of that bronze or silver league with these. And I will see you in the Nexus next time. Bye bye!